Bincaz and Toby Martin. Swift start for Grattarola, the bike almost got away from him there. Step and turn, nicely done. Bridges, now he's got to get the bike across and up. This has been the toughest point of the section, and we expected it to be at its toughest. Good work on the back wheel from Grattarola, he's got to get himself up now. This is the biggest technical challenge of section 5. See if any of the bark moves away from that clunk as he tries to get the tyre up as well. Warming up the bike, Grattarola. 15 or so seconds to go. Up on the back wheel, he's done it. But now can he get through and out of the gate in time? Yes, he can! First step of section 2. Gets a lot of height on that first step. This is where we saw Adam Raga get rather stuck. Toby Martin, the only rider to have made it through this section 2. Can Matteo Grattarola join him? Set everyone's mind at rest and move a step closer. Qualification to today's grand final. Of course, if he were to fail the remaining 4 sections, he would move on to 26. Needs to keep the score low. That's scrappy. That's just 1 mark. Lucky not to drop more than that. For a moment, it looked as though he was going to fall right out of the section. That would have been nasty. But it is just the 1 down. From here it should be more straightforward. Matteo Grattarola, don't make any mistakes, through you go. Stranglehold on this sport. Section number 1 then of the grand final. And it's a brand new direction. The first 2 sections are completely new for the final. 3 of these sections that will be completed in both directions. 1 minute per section. So no messing around. If you run out of time, you fail. It's as straightforward as that. Matteo Grattarola, section 1. To try and apply the pressure on Raga and Bo still to come. This is a big step like this. There's not much of a landing the other side either. This is going to be the trickiest part, I fancy. He's done it, but it is a single mark for leaning. The sump rest, and then he's taken a right foot as well to make the turn. So it's 2 marks for Matteo Grattarola. Big step to get us underway, and a big performance from Matteo Grattarola it's been so far tonight. And another strong opening to the section there. Grattarola with a mark to make up on Raga and Bo, of course. Standings after the second section will determine the starting order for section 3. And Grattarola get himself out of this disadvantageous first starting position. And when the sections are in both directions, sections 3, 5 and 6, what's he like in terms of speed? It'll be the first time he's ever taken on sections in both directions because he's never made it to a final before. Single drop mark for footing there. You don't know what the other riders are going to do, so that might well not turn out to be such a bad result. He moves on to 3 overall. Nicely done over the crest of the section without dropping a mark for leaning. Through to the exit. Third at XTrial and Grattarola. Came closer than anyone, remember, to taking a point off Tony Bo in the opening round last time out. Matched Bo's opening run and only lost out on top spot in that round 1 through a tiebreak on time. Let's see how he gets on in round 1 here tonight. All of the sections barring section 5 have been successfully completed by at least 1 rider. Only sections 1 and 3 so far have been cleaned, though, by anyone. Grattarola in line to become the 3rd rider to clean this first section in his first run of the night. Grattarola is through. 2 sections to go. He's got to concentrate now. Bincaz finished on 18 just to get through to the second round. Grattarola needs to avoid a failure in this one, section 4. Back-to-back fiascos for him. Bincaz suffered the same fate, dropped 2 marks then in this section 4. Grattarola is 1 mark ahead of where Bincaz was at this same stage. Real surprise, though, to see Grattarola go down in section 3 in particular, after what was a brilliant performance from him in Nice. That's going to be a mark for leaning. He's allowed to shuffle across there on the sump without taking another mark. Twist now to the final module. And that's going to be a mark for leading as well. Matched Tony Bow on that single mark score. He's only beaten by Bow because of count back on time. Really took the fight to the big guns throughout the evening. Took Adam Raga to the final two sections to move back in front of Grattarola for second place. Grattarola was certainly optimistic at the start of the evening. I feel slightly less optimistic at this stage. Though it's been strong work in his second run. This section 4, 2 marks from 3 so far. Main step of the section to come. Trying to make this big step here, Grattarola. And he gets most of the way up. He's frustrated with himself, but he's got through it. On to Matteo Grattarola. The Italian third at XTrial Nice 3 weeks ago. The first podium of his XTrial career, age 34. Showed more of that form in a fantastic second round at XTrial Chalon-sur-Saône last week. 3 fiascos in his first outing, though, had left him too far back to qualify. He could only recover to 4th. Key for him tonight will be to have a strong run first time out, and not leave him with himself with so much work to do to try and battle back into the top 3. Matteo Grattarola, key moment of section 1 here, on the back wheel, makes the turn and the landing. Work from Grattarola. Pulls the bike back now on this step. 2 riders have made it through this section 1, both with a single mark, Gabriel Marseille and Jaime Busto. It's a pretty sizable step. Main element of section number 1. Up he goes. Grattarola set to be the first rider clean through section 1. Brilliant start from Matteo Grattarola. Could focus on keeping his score as low as possible with the second round of competition in mind. At the moment, if he beats Gabriel Marseille, he will be in the top 3 regardless going into the second round, and will have an opportunity to defend the top 3 place. First drop mark of this section 5 for Grattarola. Left foot goes down. So any more marks and he will be tied with Marseille. Good work there on the back wheel. The race to the exit gate now for Matteo Grattarola. This will be enough for him to book his place in round number 2. Into section 3. This was cleaned by Busto. Grattarola's most direct rival at the moment. Unless he were to fail all 4 of the remaining sections, he will beat Mikel Jalabert at least. But his sights set much higher than that. Grattarola, I was asking about the World Championship podium, and of course he said that's the target, but really he wants to not just be taking 3rd positions, but really battling with Tony Bow and Adam Raga, and he's been doing that at times this season. Not in round 1 this evening. He was 6 marks back from Raga and Bow. But perhaps in round number 2, he can at least try and fight Marseille and have another go at XTrial's 2 big guns in the final. Long way to go just yet. Nice work though in section 3.
Certainly a commitment of time is section 2. And it's not the easiest of sections to go through. We're yet to see a rider complete it successfully. He's well into this 3rd section though. Is Grattarola doing very well indeed. This jump here has caught out a few riders so far though. A few words of encouragement from his minder, and that is nicely done. He received the point for the base plate touch. And it looks like he's through this section successfully. Nicely done. This section, though, is, well, we yet only see just the 1 rider complete it successfully. Nicely done. Well, foot went down there. 1 point. this fourth section out of 5. 50 seconds remain for Matteo Grattarola. Round 1. That's nicely done. Right, this has caught out quite a few riders. In fact, we've only seen one rider get through it successfully. As it stands, Grattarola's only conceded 6 points from the fall in section 2, and the 1 point he's just been awarded in this section. Nicely done indeed. Well, that's beautifully done. 30 seconds down onto the rock section 2. Here he goes. You see the movement in those rocks. Make it very difficult for these riders. Serious obstacles these riders have to cross without touching part of their body on the obstacles. Whoa, he salvaged that there, foot down, but he'll take the point to save the other 4. That was very nearly a fiasco as he came tumbling off that rock. Very well saved by Matteo Grattarola. That's nicely done through this section, very nicely done indeed. He finished 5th last time out in Madrid. He is in podium contention here. Having accumulated just 6 points so far. And he's through section 2. Statistically now, he has to concede 3rd place. This will be Matteo Grattarola's first podium here in Barcelona. Previous results, 8th and 6th. He can be very pleased with his efforts today. All part of his ever-increasing results in the World Championship. He needs to get this left-hand block now, the one that his mind has just stepped onto. Ten seconds remain. He's losing his footing here, Matteo Grattarola. He clears it.
Pressure is on for the Italian. Up he goes then into section 1, the better rider. Just got his gap to clear now. And that's nicely done. These two are in the tightest of positions for that 3rd place spot. He is as well just within reach of silver in the World Championship behind Adam Raga, although it's a bit of a stretch. Right now though, he needs to get through section 5. Up and over the top of the tombstone, nicely dismounted.